everybody. Welcome to the Kindred StitchFolk. I'm your host, Emily, and I'm so grateful for you being here today. Today is December 15th, and I missed a week filming because we were in the midst of moving. We moved 98% of our stuff this last weekend up to my in-laws' house. So new location. And I'll give you all the updates about that later on in the episode. Today I have one finish and one work in progress. And then I've got some old finishes and I've got some haul as well. So why don't we just get into it? The first thing I'll show you is my finish. And this is a Christmas ornament that is out of the 2025 Just Cross Stitch Ornament Special Edition. And there's a glaring mistake in it, which is why I haven't finished it. Somehow I added in all of this here. This part right here should be under this foot here. So I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna rip out all of this and fix it, or if there's a way that I can finish this without it being too, I don't see how, because if that goes to the edge, why wouldn't that go to the edge? But otherwise, it's super cute. I used pretty much all my own colors and not anything that was in the pattern, all DMC. And oh, am I missing a stitch there? Is there? I'm missing a stitch there too, see? So this is not maybe fully finished. Looks like I gotta undo some. I gotta fix this and put in, I'm assuming one of the red berries is supposed to go there. But I really liked this. I really enjoyed it. It would have been super simple to do if I wasn't stressed about moving. So, and about some other things going on. But I did really, really love doing this. And there's a companion piece to this as well. I can't remember what it is, and I can't find my magazine right now due to the move. I can't find a lot of things right now due to the move. But that's okay. As far as old finishes, these are a little worse for wear because we had an accident with our Christmas packing, and this one, yeah, I need to fix this. So I embroidered a set of gnomes, Christmas gnomes. You can see some of the dirt down here. One of the things that happened in our Christmas totes while they were packed away is my snow globe broke and got a bunch of things soaked. And then something else happened in the container that this was in because for some odd reason everything was covered in grime. We have no idea why. So I'm gonna undo the lacing on the back, which, wasn't a great job to begin with, so, no big deal. And I'm going to wash this, and I'm going to probably find a new frame for it, but it's super cute. This is my first finished embroidery piece since about 20 years, I'd say. And I think they're adorable. I tried really hard to give her some texture by changing out the way that the threads went on their beards and stuff, so you could actually see the braids and things like that. So, and then last year I finished this Merry Christmas with a truck. This was a stamped piece with the truck and the Christmas tree in the back, and I can't find a frame that fits it well, so here we are. And it's so cute. So anything that's white was not stitched, well, except for in the Christmas tree. That's not exactly white though, but the Merry Christmas was not stitched, the stars were not stitched, so that it comes through down here, I believe. Nope, that was stitched down there. So that's really cute. I did this because of my hubby. He likes those kinds of things. And his truck is kind of a red maroon. And then for myself last year, I stitched this kit, which looks amazing from far back, It is stitched on 11 count with 3 strands, 3 over 1. When you come in though, you can see that it lacks detail. And so it looks a lot better on the screen actually. But this also got it dirty in the, what's it called? In the tub. And so I need to rewash this one, and I need to find a frame for it. But it's so pretty. So I'd really like to get that up and out, especially for next year. I mean, I'm not too worried about it for this year, but my thought process is I'd like to do a whole series of full coverage towns like this, like old Germanic towns or English villages or something like that, to have up for every season. I'll talk later in another episode about my actual plans for 2026. There's a lot of them, but one of the plans is to do some work on this kind of thing. So I'm really excited about this. This was, like I said, a stamped kit. When I was stitching it, this was my first time doing a full coverage stamped kit. When I was stitching it, I was so worried I was doing everything wrong. And I probably did a lot of things wrong. One of the things I did not do like I do now was be consistent on the slanting of my X's, like doing it the same way every time. So the top leg always goes from bottom to up, or from from the left side to the right side, right? So I didn't do those things, but honestly, there's a couple lines you can see in the clouds because of that, but otherwise, yeah, it's so pretty. Yeah, I love it. So those were my finishes from the past years. And my one work in progress that I have to show you, because I can't find another of my works in progress. I thought I had everything in the same place for my stitching. Apparently not. But Soho, I believe, Soda Stitches. Hold on. Okay, I think I got them calmed down. It's a new neighborhood. There's lots of dogs in this neighborhood. There's lots of wildlife in this neighborhood. So they got to figure it out. But so Soda Stitches, I really like her designs. I'm assuming it's a her, but you know, assuming is not great. But anyway, she has this pattern out called Santa Village. And it's obviously the moon, which is in Santa shape. And then resting on him is the village. And again, I am pretty much doing my own colors. This is not the red she called for. This is not the white she called for. This is not the gray. I'll see what kind of flesh colors I have for Santa. He might be, I was kind of thinking it'd be nice if he was, you know, a darker Santa, like maybe a brown or something. But I'm also, all of the cities, I think I have an image I can put up, but if not, I can't show you because the only images I have in my phone are actual the color chart, so I can't show you. But I think all of the buildings were red, the 2 different reds of his hat, and I thought a blue would look really cute there. So I started in doing the tall one as a blue. This right here is one of the threads that's going to be clipped away. Not yet, but this is one of my knot away stitching. I feel like I showed you this before. Did I? I don't remember. Anyway, but I really, really enjoyed so far stitching this. I'm off in like the placement of some of the stars or snowflakes is off. I don't care. I had to fudge a little bit down here because of my counting. I'm doing 2 over 2 on this one on 25 count. And I was off by 1 square. So I fudged, I don't know if you can see it there, these 3 tiny, tiny little stitches. I fudged it in. Nobody's gonna notice it. Nobody's gonna see it. So, you know, I really enjoyed it. This, I don't know how many, I think there's about 12 or 13,000 stitches in this, and I've got about 9,000 done. I can actually look that part up because it's in markup. So let me see here. Markup. And, well, it's not on this markup. Okay, it must be on my pad. That's the one thing I don't like about markup is it doesn't sync between devices. So if I use markup for a pattern on my iPhone, I won't see my progress on my iPad and vice versa. So I must have it on my iPad, and my iPad's dead. So there you go. But I've done a lot, and I plan on having this done definitely for Christmas. I don't know about fully finished. I'm not going to do anything, you know, spectacularly. I'm just going to do, as far as a finish, it's going to be the same kind of finish as these gnomes in a hoop. So I'm excited about that. So it's not going to be hard to finish it. All right, so Jingle Bell Ball was last weekend. Well, no, not this last weekend because it's now Monday. So the weekend before last. And I got to attend one group sitting and stitching, and I watched the bell pull finishing class as I was packing and cleaning, and it didn't work very well. So I plan on going back when I've got some more time right now. I've got to get us settled in this house, and then I'm going to go back and watch all of my classes that have been recorded. But I did make sure and give myself some time to go in and make some purchases. One of the purchases I made came in the mail this last week from Lindy Stitches, actually. She had some discounted Ada fabric in her shop for it, and I fell in love with this. It's like a brownie maroon, a brownie purple. It's not a plum, that's for sure, but the name of it is called Sepia Sorcery. So I'm thinking it was from Halloween, and this was from Fiberlicious. It's a custom cut of 17 by 26. It's a plain Ada of 16 count. And I got this actually for a really good deal. I think it was like 13 or something. So I really like it. I have in mind some design ideas for a series of Hygge inspired stitching. And I was thinking I might use this as the background because to me this kind of feels very Hygge-esque. But then again, so do these kinds of things. Anything kind of a calming nature feels very Hygge-esque to me. And then I got a bunch of patterns. And let me see if I can't pull some of those up for you. Let's see, that's markup. Okay, let's go to Jingle Bell Ball. Okay, what is happening? I did the new update on my phone, and I cannot figure out my file system now. Okay, so cross stitch. Okay, how about I do Jingle Bell? Oh, I can't even spell jingle. Okay, so Jingle Bell Ball. So I got from Jeanette Douglas, I got the Believe ornament, which was her free pattern. Oops. The Believe ornament. And most of them had free patterns when I was in there. I think there was one that did not have a free pattern. I learned later that some of the designers came in and either added an additional free pattern or added a free pattern at the end of the Jingle Bell Ball. So if you weren't there at the end, you wouldn't have gotten it. So then I also got from her the Christmas pin pillows. And I thought those were beautiful bite-sized, fun pieces. I really like this. Like this one right here is a little birdhouse. There's the bird. There's a deer or an elk with a tree. Well, I'm assuming that's a winter flower. So anyway, I really like this in the house. I really liked them. So I thought I would do those. And then, of course, she had a sheep pattern called Chubby U, E-W-E, and I had to get it. I didn't care. I'm gonna stitch that up. This is gonna be one of my New Year's Eve starts. Sorry if I'm wiggling around a lot. I'm standing because I have no idea where to film in this new house. I mean, this is a gorgeous background. I can film other places too, but I just don't know. Then we've got from Plum Street Bakery, from Tiny Modernist. That's not all I got from Tiny Modernist. Hold on, let me go back. Let's go. Okay, well, let's do Teresa Kogut first. So which one was her free one? Okay, I think it must have been, no, Woodland Santa wasn't. This must have been her free one. Moonlit Snowfall, I absolutely love. And I plan on also casting this on within the next few weeks, or starting this project within the next few weeks. And then I got, just like everybody else, I got the Woodland Santa. That is right on my vibes. There's an acorn, some mushrooms, a little snail, a little red robin. I love it. Apparently this was, maybe it was the free pattern from last year. I can't remember what she said, but she's offering it this year. And then I got the Santa Nose, because, again, of the sheep mainly. And I'll read it to you. It says, Santa knows your heart, that's true, so he's bringing wool for you. I mean, come on now. That is a knitter's dream. Okay, let's try to find Tiny Modernist. Or anybody else. Okay. Okay, so from Tiny Modernist, I got a bunch of the Village stuff. Actually, I think I got all of her Village stuff. So I got her Christmas Village set. There's Santa's toy shop. There's just a regular house right there. Regular. There's the nativity scene. And I think this is, oh, that's another toy shop. So that just, that must just be Santa's house up there. And then that's a toy shop for sure. Let's see here. It says Santa's stable, Christmas house, Santa's stables, toy shop, and nativity. Oh, Santa's stables. It's a stable with the reindeer in it, Emily. Jeez. And then I got her gingerbread house from last year. And what else did I get? I got the Scandi winter animals from her, which I absolutely love, but I also think that my Jimmy Bean would really love to have this in his room. I love that one. And I got this was her free one, the Woodsy Wreath. So that's what I got from Tiny Modernist. Then let's see, who else did we get from? So from Hello from Liz Matthews, she had a cookie recipe book. I think 2 out of the 3 are recipes I'd never tried before. The Kiffles. Then there's Nutty Cracker Delights. And then dark chocolate and pistachio and sea salt cookies. I'm not so sure I want to try that one. Which one was it? Okay, Nutty Cracker Delights. I've done that one for years, but she has a different spin on it. So it's just where you lay down. I always do saltines on a baking sheet, but she does club crackers. Then I melt some chocolate, sometimes some peanut butter, sometimes caramel. It all depends on what I'm feeling like. And that you pour it over the top. And then usually I sprinkle on a few coarse pieces of salt on half of it. And then on the other half, I find another little goodie. That a lot of people really like it when I do the s'mores one, where it's just the cracker, melted chocolate, and then teeny tiny little marshmallows. And if I can find them in different shapes, I do that. But she does it where you use club crackers, then you do sugar, vanilla, and slivered almonds, which I thought sounded delicious. It kind of almost sounds like my caramel recipe, but with slivered almonds. So I thought I would try that one this year. But her freebie this year is so sweet. Is this holly? And then I also got the mini Merry and Bright set. And I'm going to try and cover. So this is just a pillow. And she did some pretty good prices on things. But the one that was full price, and I was still super excited to get, was her collaboration with her mom, Kathy Barrick. This is going to be on my to-do for next year for sure. And this is called View from Above. I love this one. Then I also got her Winter Small, which I believe this was a free one as well. I think she had a couple free ones. And then, what's this one? Winter Celebration Small. I think that's one I already have. Yeah, that was one I already had. So that's what I got from her. From Hello from Liz Matthews. Then from, sorry, I just have to go through each of my files here. Okay, I guess I'll look up Lindy Stitches. To All a Good Night. Oh, I'm so excited about this one. I got this one from Lindy Stitches. This is so funky. I love it so much. And To All a Good Night. I love the color of this house. It's so unusual. It's like pistachio and lime jello had a baby. I'm so excited to do that one. Then I also got Dust of Snow. I can't remember. I don't think this was the free one. Whoops. Okay, let me see how I can show you. Okay, what if I go this way and then I make it smaller? No, because then it just goes sideways again. How do I show you? I guess you're going to have to look sideways at my screen, because this is a raven, and then it's got a saying around it, and then it's got some emblems. But if I turn it this way, you're not going to be able to see it. So, okay, so, but it says, the way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I rued. And that is a quote from Robert Frost, and he's one of my favorite poets of all times. So, and then let me see, Lindy Stitches. I think that was it from Lindy Stitches. And I think that's it actually that I bought. So I remember I had a budget of $60, and I think with shipping I went over a little bit, because I bought that fabric. But with all the patterns I bought, I know I was at my budget, and then I had a few dollars extra that I forgot to calculate for shipping. So I was pretty happy about that. So there you go. So those are my purchases. I did not get to experience Jingle Bell Ball like I wanted to and like I dreamed of doing. The 2 hours I spent and stole away from packing and spent in the early morning hours Saturday morning in one of the stitching rooms was so fun. I connected with so many people. We followed each other on Instagram. We showed off our projects. We talked about conundrums. There was even some discussion about sewing and quilting, which I was totally lost on, but it was still fun to listen to. So that was fun. The other one, only the thing I'm going to show you is when I was packing, I came across this that I must have bought sometime earlier this year. I stitched for my mom a scene of robins with beautiful chrysanthemum flowers and all this kind of stuff. And I had thought to myself that I would make it into a pillow because she doesn't really need any more artwork, but she loves pillows. And I ran out of time, energy, I can't remember which it was, before Mother's Day. But so I ended up just framing it. But I had totally forgotten that I bought this cool doohickey to actually make into a pillow for her. and I've never opened it. So I want to open it with you now. So it's supposedly cushion back with zipper, navy blue. So supposedly it's not the, oh, I must have opened it, I guess, but I never took it out because I would never have put this back in as well as it is. So I think this is a zippered cushion. Yeah, it's just a panel with a zipper down the middle, and it's just flat like this. And then you can stitch, whip stitch or whatever stitch your cross stitch piece onto the front, and then you can unzip this and put in a pillow form or stuff it, whichever you want to do. I thought that was genius. I can't remember how much it was. I'm not even positive where I bought it, but I will show you one more time what the packaging looks like. So if you want to go get it, feel free. This is by Threads Guava Noir. It says follow us on social media, so I might do that. But this cushion bag is 16 by 16, and it looks like it comes in about 4 shades. At least that's what they're showing on the package. So, yeah. You know, I will say this about standing up and filming. Sure does make your filming a lot shorter because you kind of want to go sit down so you don't film as much. Okay, so I'll just give you a quick recap about what's been happening in the life of Emily, and I'll let you get on to your other fun floss tubing fabulosities. So we are putting our condo up for sale, which we've talked about in the past, and we do need to sell the condo. Whatever we purchase has to be contingent on the sale of the condo because that's the only way we'll have a down payment. We don't think that that's going to be a problem. We think that our condo should sell pretty fast, especially because I feel like we're going to be pretty aggressive in our pricing, or listing price. It's honestly really just what we feel comfortable with, but we've noticed that it is well below what other people of the same teeny tiny condos are selling. So our condo is 700 square feet. A lot of the condos are selling for around $280 at that price here in Anchorage. And we were thinking about going for $184. So $100,000 less. And yes, it is comparable. Ours is a lot better in a lot of ways and not so great in other ways. It's comparable in that it's 2 bedroom, 1 bath, 700 square feet. We actually have a view of the mountains. We have a view of the lake. So, one of the mini lakes in Anchorage. So there is that. And also we have pretty awesome neighbors. What's not so competitive is that our earthquake we had in 2018, it did ruin our foundation. And so it kind of made our floor go like this. I mean, it's not so dramatic as that, but you know, it's hard to show you on video. But so when you walk into the living room, you go up a slight incline and down if you're walking straight across the living room. There's nothing structurally wrong with our house anymore. We did have our foundation not only fixed, but it is literally embedded into the bedrock of the area around here. So we could have a 12.6 earthquake and we should be solid at that house. So there is that. And then the windows do probably need replacing, but we'll let whoever else comes. We're going to give them a good deal. So if they want to replace the windows, that's up to them. I'm not going to take that on. So there's those things. And we haven't updated the bathroom like we wanted to. We put in a new toilet, but we really have been wanting to update the bathroom for a long time. But as far as our house hunting is concerned, so we're up here now at my in-laws' house. It's a very quirky house. I mean, it's fun. It's a fun house. It's not that kind of fun house. It's like most houses in Anchorage / Alaska. It looks on the outside like it's a cookie cutter house, and then you go on the inside and you're like, okay, that's an interesting choice. And it's not about the design style, about the decorating style. It's literally about the architects who built them. It's interesting. But I love this house. My husband was raised in this home. The family has lived in this home for almost 50 years. So it's great. I love their backyard. The dogs, on the other hand, are not enjoying it so much. There's too much newness going on, too many sounds. They need to be by mama all the time. I'm actually super surprised they're laying over there in the living room napping without being annoying. Currently there's about 3 houses that I'm interested in, and my husband is interested in. We're not in any rush, but at the same time, we do have a deadline to be out of my in-laws' house in May when they return from their snowbirding. So we're just trying to figure it out. My husband is doing really well as far as the move is concerned. I actually thought he was going to do really poorly because he's been having some back problems this last year. But he actually even said last night that he thinks all this extra exercise has actually been really helping him. He's feeling a lot looser, a lot more great. Me, on the other hand, I feel like I'm broken. I have a really hard time doing anything right now. Like after we're done filming and I process the video, I'm going to clean up the house, maybe do a tiny bit of organization. But it's just, I am really struggling. In the past week, I've had 2 panic attacks. I am so grateful for my counselor. Yes, I'm a counselor who has a counselor. But my counselor, Carissa, is just the perfect one for me. I never, ever feel judged, no matter what I tell her. And I've told her some pretty dark secrets, not about that I should go to jail kind, but for me, they're dark. And we had a session this morning, and during our session, I actually had a panic attack. And she was able to support me through that and help me drop anchor, do my breathing. And I did want to share with you a few of the techniques that I use for myself when I remember them. So I want to caveat this by saying, you can have all the knowledge of techniques in the world. When push comes to shove, if they don't come to your mind to do in the moment, please don't get all angry at yourself afterwards that they didn't come to mind. Your brain and your body is in panic mode in that moment. So why would it think logically that, oh, I need to do this technique to calm down, right? The way for these things to be more automatic is to practice them every day, multiple times a day. And I do that. And even with that, this morning with my panic attack, I didn't remember any of them. Jimmy at one point came up and did the one that Jimmy and I do, which is called somatic breathing. So a lot of you have probably heard of box breathing, where you breathe in for a count. Usually it's a count of 3 or 4. Hold for a count. Breathe out for an extra 1 count of whatever you breathed in and held for, and then hold for another count. So that's in, hold, out, hold, in, hold, out, hold. And it could be 1, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3. And then you start again. So for me, my preferred method, I do like the box method, but I notice that my body needs reminding that we're okay. So I think this is also called the vagus nerve breath. I'm not positive, but this is how you do it. So there's a lot of ways for your vagus nerve to become dysregulated, but then also to quickly snap back into regulation. One of my favorite ways is to bilaterally tap. This is my butterfly, or the butterfly, and all I'm doing is hooking my thumbs together, and I'm just tapping, and immediately, oh my gosh. And I'm not hitting myself hard or anything like that. But my, between the butterfly, and so if I can't do the butterfly because I'm out in public, I might do this, or I might tap on one hand and then tap on the other. Usually I tap right here. That's just my preference, and I just, and it just looks like you're fidgeting when you're doing that. And so I just tap there. It's not as effective, but it works. But the vagus breath, or the somatic breath as I call it, is you just breathe in however you want, through your nose, through your mouth, whatever. And then as you let out, you make a noise like you're sighing. Then you breathe in. And however your sound comes out is how it comes out. Jimmy and I love doing this. And so this morning when I was having a panic attack, Jimmy came rushing up to me and he literally said, "Mommy, breathe." Oh. So we practice this multiple times a day. I'll show you one more trick that I really, really like. And it does look like you're picking your nose. But you just take one finger. Oh, I love this one. I immediately relax. And you just go around one nostril until you feel the urge to just start circling the other nostril. And you just got a light touch, almost feather-like. And you just go, do you notice how I closed my eyes just naturally? I mean, that's what this does to me. Now, some people might not like this because it just kind of looks like you're picking your nose. Another way to do that is to just gently rub. You can do it with one finger. You can do it with two. You can go around your eye. See, that feels really lovely too. I haven't done this one in a long time. But there's so many techniques to help snap your vagus nerve back into working order. If you want me to tell you more about the vagus nerve, I can do that at another time. I think, though, that this is a great place to end. I'm so grateful for you guys, and I plan on doing a New Year whip parade, and then after that, or maybe, I don't know what I'll do, because I want to do a whip parade, and then I'll do a normal video with my 2026 plans rolled into it. So maybe just on the next episode, I will do that with my 2026 plans rolled in. Because next week, isn't next week Christmas? I mean, today's the 15th. So no, because it's 10 days away. So maybe I will do next week. I will do my 2026 plans with this. Maybe I'll actually have things organized and I can find everything. Fingers crossed. Knock on wood, right? There's actually wood in this house that I can knock on. Right here, for instance. Anyway, my friends, please be well. Have a Merry Christmas if we don't see each other before Christmas. And remember to always stitch what you love and love what you stitch. Ta-ta for now.